I'm using this under the fair use, and I don't normally cover Hank Kunneman because he's laughable at best. I like to think of him as the constipation prophet because as he gives his false prophecy, he looks more like he's constipated and having a lot of pain from that constipation. And I've made videos on that in the past. But what I want to show you with this is that he does exactly the same thing as all these other ones do. He gives what he likes to call a prophetic word after an event has already occurred. And that's not prophecy. That's just reporting the news after something has already unfolded. But he also, I'd like to point out, has stolen prophecies from me, and I'm going to prove that in this video also. And the reason they all do this is to give themselves some sense of credibility to their followers. So as you can see, this is May the 13th of 2023, where he appears on Flashpoint. Let's listen to that. And again, as I've stated, he looks like he's in great pain from constipation when he gives his so-called prophetic words.
Watch very closely, for there will be jockeying and shaking, even of those that are among the anchormen and those that represent the networks. God says they will be shaken and some will even be removed, even as one called Tucker. But it's for the purpose of...
What he's doing here is talking about Tucker Carlson from Fox News. That's May the 13th, 2023. The problem with that is that occurred more than 2 weeks before he ever gave his prophetic word, and it was all over the headlines that Tucker Carlson was fired from Fox News. And you can verify that. I've verified it, fact checked it. And you've had many others that have been fired in recent days too, like Don Lemon and many others. So Tucker Carlson, more than 2 weeks before, let me point that out again and reiterate, before Hank Kunneman ever gave this prophetic word, Tucker Carlson had already been fired, and it was all over the headlines. Listen to that again.
Watch very closely, for there will be jockeying and shaking, even of those that are among the anchormen and those that represent the networks. God says they will be shaken and some will even be removed, even as one called Tucker. But it's for the purpose of...
Prophetic word that is nothing more than reporting something after the fact, an event after the fact. Now, that was that proof. Now, this is the second proof, other proof that he steals prophetic words from me to give himself some sense of credibility to his followers.
This is the Spirit of God. That men have looked to the climate and they say climate change, climate control. But do they not understand the God of the time?
So he does a whole spiel. His entire spiel, so-called prophetic word, was about climate change, but also about newscasters being, specifically Tucker Carlson being fired. May the 13th, 2023. Again, climate change, June the 15th, 2021. Before, let me point that out, before any of these events began to unfold that far back. Listen to what he says again, so you didn't miss it.
This is the Spirit of God. That men have looked to the climate and they say climate change, climate control. But do they not understand the God of the time?
Absolute violation of Jeremiah 23, verse 30. God, where it states God is against the prophets, but let me add, God is against the false prophets, like Hank Kunneman, that steals the prophetic words of another, because that prophecy was already given. That prophecy was already given June the 15th, 2021. These people are nothing but frauds, and they steal prophetic words from me so that they can seem to their followers as if they are a true prophet when they are nothing but prophecy thieves and frauds. God bless.